Hey, what's wrong with you, man? You ain't subscribed yet? IUIC Atlanta Burning 2.0. What you waiting on? Get it done. Do it now.
Hey, get them clicks, get them likes, and subscribe. Do it now.
I need you to understand something. We were told not to do that. So think about this. Think about this. God created everybody on the planet, correct? The white man, the so-called Chinese man, he created everybody, correct? Watch what he says about one specific people, the children of Israel. Because remember, he created everybody, but he has a chosen people. Think about this. You got kids? Do you got kids? Do you got kids? Do you got kids? Now think about this, right? You have kids. As long as your kid do what you tell them to do you love, matter of fact, let's start here. Do you love your kids more than anybody else? You're going to love your kid more than you love his kid. Because it's your kid. Okay. Now think about this. You created everybody on the planet, but you chose one specific people. Read what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
It says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Do you know what holy means? That's okay. We didn't know either. Do you know what holy means? Big bro. You know what holy means? See, I like you because you're actually trying. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to come back to you. Go ahead. Do you know what holy means?
Maybe before good.
Okay, what about you? You know what holy means? It means to be separate.
Come back on.
Go ahead. Give me Leviticus. You got it. What you got?
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
So God said, ye shall be holy unto me.
For I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you.
He said, I have severed you
from other people.
So if I sever you from other people, what have I done? I've separated you. Hey, you move over here. Keep them over there. So think about it. There's 18 nations on the planet. Out of the 18, I chose Israel. I chose you. Out of everybody else, I chose you. Go back to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. I chose you out of everybody else. Keep reading.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people upon himself.
He said, I have chosen you to be a special people unto myself.
Right.
Even though I created everybody else, I chose you. I chose you. I chose you. I chose you to be special unto me. Now we talking about God. We're not talking about our earthly fathers. We're talking about the heavenly Father. Out of everybody he created, he chose y'all. Read what you got.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
See, with God, there's no equality. He said, I chose you to be above all people on the face of the earth. So when God says, don't shave off your beard, what do? You keep it. Because what happens when you don't? You get what he's talking about. You get shaving bumps. You get razor bumps. Deuteronomy 28:15. Now, those are small things. That's a small adjustment, a little bump. That's a small adjustment. All right, what you got? So let's get the definition of what a beard is. Let's see how God feels about beards. Read what you got.
Beard, a badge of manly dignity.
A beard is a badge of manly dignity. Do women grow beards? Do kids grow beards? Do children grow beards? Now when a white man had us in slavery, he shaved up your beard. What did he call us? Boy. 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 Keep reading.
As a sign of mourning, it was the custom to pluck it out or cut it off. The Israelites were forbidden to shave.
That was what?
The Israelites were forbidden to shave off the corners of their beard.
So the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, we didn't write this. Even the so-called white man knows we're forbidden to shave off their beards. But they did this for us. Give me Judah chapter 5 and verse 20. I want you to understand why he wanted to make sure you shave your beard off. Because the beard is a small thing. You just hair, right? But let's see why they want us to shave our beard off. Because our Heavenly Father said don't do that, correct? They understand something about us that we have no clue about. We don't understand we at war. We go out here doing whatever we want to do, living our best life. Now realize these people trying to keep us in sin and put us to death when Christ come back. Read what you got.
Judah chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people.
So it said if there be any error in these people, any error in the children of Israel, read.
And they sin against their God.
And they sin against their God. What does sin mean? We read it earlier. By breaking what? There you go. What does sin mean? Explain to him what sin is. Absolutely. Now, what is sin? All praise. Did you hear what he said? What is sin? Breaking the commandments, breaking God's law. So it says, if there be any error in this people, and they break their God's commandments, read.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Let us consider that this is how we're going to ruin them.
Right.
Because the other nations understand as long as we're moving, how our God tells us to move, they can't touch us. But they understand, if I keep these niggas in sin, oh, we got them.
Bring it up.
We got it. That's why Deuteronomy 28:15 said, if we will break his commandments, we will be cursed as a people. The nations understand that. So I'll make sure he shaves his beard off. I'll make sure he shaves his head off. I'll make sure he gets tattoos.
Right.
Read what you got.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
So we're going to go up, and we shall overcome them. Because think about it. Is there any other nation besides the so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Because we all come from the nation of Israel. Is the so-called white man being persecuted by everybody else? What about the Chinese man? What about the Japanese man?
Bring it out.
Think about it. All the other nations God created have to come against us.
Right.
And they have to know us to come against us. Keep reading what you got.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
But if these people are not sinning, read.
let my Lord now pass by. Least their Lord defend them, and their
Read that
God.
part again.
Least their Lord defend them, and their God be for them.
It says, least their Lord defend them, and their God be for them. Now, let's back up. What is today? I don't know if y'all went over yet. What is today? The Sabbath day. What is one of the laws of the Sabbath day? You mean Nehemiah. Today's the Sabbath day. One of the laws I went over earlier is no working. There's something else people are not allowed to do on the Sabbath day. No cooking? Absolutely. There's one more. I don't think y'all got to it yet. We're finna get to it right now.
Right.
Read what you got.
Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31.
Bring it out.
What do y'all think that brother over there is doing? Remember earlier I said God chose us over everybody else. He said do what I say do. If you do what I say do, but if you don't do what I say do, guess where you're going? In slavery. So as long as he keep doing what he's doing, let's keep reading.
Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31.
Bring it out.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals,
So it says if the people of the lands bring ware or any victual, that's water, food, clothing, read.
on the Sabbath day
On the Sabbath day, God, the seventh day. How you doing, big bro?
to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day.
So if they brought anything to buy on the Sabbath day or any of God's high holy day, I got you, sis, that we would not buy it of them. So if we can't buy it, that means we also cannot sell it. So what? The brother's gone now.
Right.
What the brother was doing was wrong. Now, did he know that? I'm probably going like a knife. He had to have no clue what he was doing. But it goes into that crafty counsel, right? Goes to our enemy's understanding. Give me Psalms 83. It goes to our enemy's understanding. If we keep them in sin, we keep them on the bottom. If we keep them in sin, we keep them like this. Because if they're not in sin, and if they are obeying their God, they get back on top of us. We cannot have that.
Right.
Watch this. Read what you got.
Psalms chapter 83 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
It says, they have taken crafty counsel. Read that one.
Verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies.
It says, thine enemies. Did you know God had enemies? Had no clue, right? Did you know God had enemies? Did you know God had enemies? Oh, praise. I'm going back to you. Did you know God had enemies? Did you know God had enemies? So who is God's enemies? Lucifer? We're going to deal with that.
I got one. Hold on. I got one.
Right.
I got one. The devil.
Who is the devil?
Bring it
Because
out.
the word devil just means deceiver. You understand that? So think about it. Who is it on the planet right now, ruling the planet, that's deceiving the people? Because let's keep it simple. What color does the Bible say Jesus is?
Bring it out.
What color does the Bible say Jesus is? What color does the Bible say?
His skin made out of bronze.
Let's get it. They may not heard it yet. Let's get it.
Silver.
Revelation.
Bronze silver.
Let's go get it. We're going to get it. We'll go back to what he said about being the devil. Read what you got. Yes, sir.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
It says the revelation or the revealing of Jesus Christ. Jump down to 14.
14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
It says his head and his hairs were white like wool. And we got two photos over here. Which one of them have white woolly hair? That one over there. What about you? What do you say? What do you say? Which one of those, out of all those photos, who has white woolly hair?
King of Kings.
What do you say? What do you say? All right, so now what you think about something? So, matter of fact, let's finish this out first. Who's we got?
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And it says his eyes were as a flame of fire. And it says his eyes was a flame of fire, meaning his eyes was red. Out of these photos, is his eyes red?
Nope.
Is it red? What about those? Absolutely. Because when we drink wine, drink wine, what color is the white spot eyes turn when we drink wine? So a little bit red. So it says his eyes shall be red. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Now it says Christ's feet, because your feet is the same color as your face. Maybe a little bit lighter depending on where the sun to get, right? Okay, absolutely. Because mine's the same way, that's how I know, right? So it says his feet like unto fine brass. What color is brass? Brass? Not grass, brass. Like a penny. Brass.
Like a
What do you
penny.
say? Brass, like a penny. Same thing, what do you say? Brass, like a penny.
Like a penny. I agree with you.
Brown? Okay, let's see if he's light brown.
Look at his wrist.
Look at that.
Copper color.
That's
Now let's see if he's a light brown. Let's see if he like Chris Brown. Let's see if he's darker. Read what you got.
And his feet like unto fine brass,
It says his feet like unto fine brass. Let's see.
as if they burn in a furnace.
Now understand, the nation of Israel comes in different shades. You got light skin, dark skin, all that, right? However, the King of Kings, the Lords of Lords, all of us at one point look just like that. But through the mixing of the nations, we get a little bit lighter. So it says he's like he was burnt in brass, so he's a very dark skinned man. So now, going back to what I asked earlier about the devil being deceiver, what color does the world say Christ is?
They say he's white.
The Bible says he's black. So now, big bro, because you said devil. You said devil, correct? So now, we said, you understand devil means deceiver, correct? Now, who is deceiving the whole world right now, saying that this is Christ?
Teach. Teach.
Who taught you that that's Christ?
Bring it out.
So God came down and said, this is Christ. God came and said to you that Christ is a white man, even though my Bible says he's a black man. Think about it. Think about it. Did you grow up in church? You know how I knew that? Did you think that's God? You think that's Christ?
Right.
So I want you to think about something. Who taught us this?
Right.
Who taught us he was white?
Bring it out.
I'm gonna come back to you. Big bro, who taught us that this was Christ?
I mean, I learned from church.
Church. Now who created the churches? Because think about this. When we was in this condition, where's the signs at?
Wake them up.
Oh, we don't have them. Think about this. When this happened to us,
Right.
we was in chattel slavery. Could we make any decision we wanted to?
No.
Could we read or write? So who would tell us if I can't read or write, I have to depend on somebody else to tell me what the Bible says. Am I correct? So who taught us that Jesus Christ was like this?
White man.
Do you agree?
I agree with
Do you agree? Do you agree? So now, if devil means deceiver, and the white man deceived the whole earth, read Revelation 12:9.
Come up. Wake them up.
If devil means deceiver, and the white man has deceived the whole earth, telling us that this is Christ,
Right.
who is the devil?
Teach.
Who?
Anyone who deceives.
So who would that be?
White man.
Now, do you agree with what he said? He said the white man. Do you agree? Hey, big bro, do you agree? He said the white man.
I agree with you.
Now, listen to the Bible say. Revelation 12, verse 9. Read you got.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil.
It says the dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil. Now, Revelation uses a lot of metaphors. It's talking about a man. But keep reading on. It says that old serpent called the devil. Devil means deceiver. The old serpent called the deceiver. Let's see what he's doing.
And Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
So now this is talking about a man. He said he deceives the whole world. So who is it going across the entire world teaching that this is Christ? Is it us?
Nope.
Is it Chinese man? Is it Japanese man?
Teach.
Is the Asian man?
Right.
So who is going across the earth teaching this?
White man.
The so-called white man, absolutely. So when we say devil, the Bible says it's him. That's not something we made up. That's what the Bible says. Now, understanding this about the laws dealing with the beard, you gonna keep your beard?
I am.
You gonna let your beard grow out? What about you? Now you see his may not grow thick like ours do. But you know what? You let grow what grows.
Right.
That's
That's
it.
right.
That's how you keep God's law. So now let's deal with dress code. Because as a special people, think about this. We have a special dress code. But think about this. If you're royalty, right? You dress a certain way. You talk a certain way.
right.
You move a certain way. Give me numbers 15. Let's start with that. Now when you look around at the brothers, What do you see on the bottom of their shirts? These, they're called fringes. If you notice, all the fringes look different. Like mine's are different than his, which is different than his. But if you notice the ribbon, all of it's blue. Let's see why we dress that way. Read what you got.
Numbers chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes of the borders of their garments.
It says, bid them, mean command them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments. Read.
Throughout their generations.
Are we still generating? Are we still having babies? Do you agree? Do you agree?
I got two.
Do you agree?
I agree.
I do myself, bro. All praise.
I'm going to go see him.
I was about to say you take care of my all praise. So where you going?
See him right now.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So it says you put upon the fringe of the borders of the fringe a ribbon of blue. Now that has to be blue. It could be light blue, dark blue, sky blue, whatever color blue, as long as it's blue. And the fringe can be any kind of fringes as long as it's blue on the bottom of our garments. That's part of our dress code. But once again, if you're royalty, you have to dress like you're royalty. You have to speak like you're royalty. Do any of y'all have girlfriends?
Yes, I have one.
You have a girlfriend? Single now? Okay then. Are y'all virgins?
No. I told you
I just got tested too, nigga.
Give me Exodus 22:16. I want y'all to understand something. How do you build a righteous nation? The way we living with side pieces and baby mamas and baby fathers, can you build a righteous nation like that?
No.
You need a husband, a wife, and kids. Absolutely. Now let's say you meet a sister in the club, right? And you get her number, y'all go back to her place and y'all smash. What are you supposed to do after that happens?
Supposed to, I think, man, pray. Pray. Fellowship.
Why are you acting for forgiveness? We're gonna find out. What do you say?
I say like fellowship.
After y'all have sex, y'all fellowship? You guys got enough fellowshipping. Y'all did enough fellowshipping. I'm gonna come back to you. Read what you got. What you got? Same thing. So let's read how God commands us to move as men. Because remember, we're supposed to move differently than anybody else. But we're above everybody else, right? Read what you got.
Exodus chapter 22 and verse 16. And if a man entice a maid, that is not betrothed.
It says, if a man shall entice a maid, that is not betrothed. So you spit game to the sister. You got a little game? You got some game?
I got.
You got kids, I know you got game.
I got lots.
You got some game? You got some game. Okay, so y'all spit game to the sister. Read.
And lie with her.
Now it says you laid down with her. Because none of us are virgins, correct? So that you laid down with her. So are you still dealing with your baby moms?
We're not together, but I still make sure everything is good on my behalf.
So you still dealing with yours? You still having sex with her?
No.
I just left. Yes. Before I came right here. Yes, you are. Yeah.
Okay, what about you? Yeah, she probably crazy. Leave her alone. Even though.
I gotta say next to the next.
Read that part. Read that part again.
And if any man entice a maid, that is not betrothed, and lie with her.
So you spit game to the sister. Now you done laid with her. You done had sex with her. Let's see what we're supposed to do next. How we're supposed to move as a nation of people. Read.
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Now what's supposed to happen?
Your wife.
She's supposed to become your wife. She's supposed to become your wife. Now think about this. If you understood, if I sleep with that sister, she has to be my wife. You're gonna think twice before you sleep with somebody. Give me Sirach 7 and 6. Because there's a process how we're supposed to get married. But for a lot of our men here, because of this right here, we don't understand that. And for a lot of us, we didn't know, because I wasn't a virgin when I got married either, right? A lot of us did not know. So because of that, we don't know that. But let's see how you're supposed to get married. Let's see how the process is supposed to go. Because if you do have sex with her, you absolutely have to marry her now. All right, now read what you got.
Sirach chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
So it says, if thou wouldest get a friend. So we're talking about marriage. So if you wouldest get a wife, prove her first. So now before you get a wife, it says prove her. What are you proving her against? The laws we've been learning. Does she wear fringes? Right? Does she have her head covered when the scripture's coming out? Is she in a dress? You're trying to make sure she lines up what the Bible say do. Because think about it. When our men get married today, why do they get married? Let's be honest. Why do our men today get married?
I guess
That's one reason.
That's a good question. You got me over here
Because
thinking.
the sex good. She a good cook. Never been wrong. There's nothing wrong with those things. But according to the Bible, is she keeping the laws of God? Do what now?
Somebody said, I love her. I love her.
So then read that part again.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
So if you wouldn't get a friend, if you wouldn't get a wife, prove her first. 1 Corinthians 11:3. Because first she has to understand the hierarchy. Because our sisters today, according to our sister today, who is the head?
Man.
Now, according to our sisters today, our sisters move today like we're the head.
Women move like they the head.
Absolutely. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Absolutely. Now, when you're proving a sister for marriage, you got to make sure she understands this. Read what you got.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3.
It's going to deal with you as well. Read what you got.
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Now, who is our head? The head of every man is who?
Christ.
The black Messiah. Absolutely. Do you agree?
Yes.
You agree? You agree? You agree? Okay, read what you got.
And the head of the woman is the man.
So now when you're proving a sister, she has to understand who is her head.
I am.
Absolutely. Who?
I am.
Who's the woman head? No, who is her head? You. Who is the woman's head? So she has to understand that when you're proving her, I'm your head. If she says, well, no, we equal, 50-50.
Ask the sister.
Hey, sis. Hey, my sister. How you doing, sis?
Oh, I just want to know the Sabbath day, and I know
I
that.
got a question for you.
Okay.
Who is the head of the house?
Well, the mine is 'cause my husband, before he passed on, was the head of me, and Christ was the head of him. So whatever he would tell my husband to do, my husband would do, and so did I do unto my husband until he
And
passed.
see, when you're proving the sister, that's the kind of answer you want. My
Right,
husband
right.
is my head, and Christ is his head. Now, she said we 50-50. Now, wait a minute. No, I'm a bag away, sis. You got to get your mind right first. Your mind ain't right first. Hey, big bro. In the orange hat. One more minute. Now, this is for you. Now, who is our head?
Christ.
Christ. And who is the woman's head?
Man.
How you doing, big bro?
He said God created us equal.
God created us equal? Let's talk about it, big bro. This is what we're here for. How you doing? What's your name? Charlotte? Sean? My name's Nehemiah. Nice to meet you. Right now we're dealing with heads, then we're going to deal with equality next, all right? So Christ is our head. Read it for the top from Sean.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So Sean, the head of every man is who? Christ. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is who? Okay. Do you agree? You all right.
And the head of Christ is God.
So even Christ has a head. So it goes God, Christ, man, woman, and then kid. Listen to this. But this is for you and you. Read what you got.
Every man praying or prophesying.
So it says every man praying, because you know when you pray at night or whenever you pray with your food, or prophesying, meaning the words are coming out. Either you're reading it or you're hearing it, like right now you're hearing it.
Like manifesting.
So you're in the midst of prophecy right now. Any man praying or prophesying,
Having his head covered.
having his head covered, read.
Dishonoreth his head.
So when the scriptures are coming out and your head is covered, who do you dishonor?
Myself.
Below God. Who's below God? Who's our head?
Oh, the woman.
You know who's
I mean,
our
Christ.
head? Christ, absolutely. So when your head is covered and the scriptures are coming out, who do we dishonor? Christ. So what should we do when the scriptures come out?
Come on.
If our head is covered?
Take it off.
Absolutely.
Bro, that's right.
Are you gonna take it off? So, bro, who cares? Let's think about something. Let's think about something. Let's think about something. What you think about something? Who is your head? Christ. So you're telling Christ right now, I understand what you just said. However, give me 2 Ezra 9 and verse 10. Because all we can do is tell you what Christ said to do.
Right.
It's your decision whether you want to.
Big bro, you been to court before?
Bring it out. Come on.
What happens when you go in court with that
We
happen?
gotta take it off.
Take it off, but
Read it again.
I got serious self-esteem issues, brother.
We men out
I can
here.
help you with that.
We men out here. This is what this forum is for, to build our self-esteem up.
That's right.
That's what you walked and stopped here by the grace of God. This is what this forum right here is for. It's to build your self-esteem up. We God's chosen people, bro. God gave us laws, statutes, and commandments to build our nation back up from the dirt. Read that. When you go to when they say all rise, your head, that hat off your head. Otherwise, guess what? Change the shackles. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 4.
Let's see if you honor God. You honor the white man, but do you honor God? We're not out here to sugarcoat nothing, bro. We're out here to give you what God say, and it's up to you to take heed. The brother just took his hat off. You know what I'm saying?
I just
All
cut my
praise to
hair.
the Most High.
I had cut my hair. That's why I keep a hat on. Anybody?
Listen, we don't give a damn what your hair look like. As long as you keep the commandments, we men out here. God, what matters is what God's law said. Come on.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered.
Is your head covered right now, bro? It is. It's covered right now. Every man that prays or prophesies, right? We're in the midst of prophecy. Hold that. Let's prove it. Give me that in Revelation. We're coming right back there. Revelation 19, what is it, 10? 19:10? We are in the midst of prophecy. Whenever we read this book, the holy book, the holy word of God, we're in the midst of prophecy. Read that.
Revelation chapter 19
Pay attention, bro.
and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Jesus.
The testimony of Jesus, right? This is the Spirit. Read.
Worship God, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy.
The testimony of Jesus is what?
The spirit of prophecy.
So as long as we're reading Jesus Christ, who comes in the volume of the book, we are standing in prophecy. Does everybody understand that? You understand? My bro with the hat on, you understand that? Okay, go back. 1 Corinthians. Now let's see. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 4. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered,
Which my brother right here in the Blue Jay hat has on. Read.
dishonoreth his head.
Dishonoreth your head. Who is the head of man? Do you want to dishonor Christ? Okay, so it's a simple gesture, bro. It's a simple gesture. As long as you're in the spirit of prophecy, big bro, you are king, you are son of God, you are Israelite from probably the tribe of Judah, the most stubborn tribe. Read.
Dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesied with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head.
So I know you're not going to let my sister in the back show you up. Her head covered, as you're supposed to, even though she dressed out of order. Even though she dressed out of order, we already got on her about that. Don't let the sister outdo you. Matter of fact, right now, can I be honest with you? Can I be straightforward? You are in the spirit of old sister right now. Let's read that again.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered.
So if she had her head uncovered, remember, she's supposed to have her head covered, right? Hold on. She's supposed to have her head covered, right? I'm going to let you talk. Read.
Dishonoreth her head.
So she is actually honoring the men with her head covered. You understand that, right?
If she had on a fitted hat, she still would be honoring the man?
It's covered, right?
Can I tell you something?
It's covered. You know the answer to your own question, bro. If she has her head covered, that means she's honoring the
I
men.
am not a man.
You're not a man.
Not. No.
What are you?
Woman.
You're a woman?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. All right. Let's get that in Let's get that in 1 Timothy 2:9. My bad. So you should have led with that, bro. Dang. Okay, you threw me off with that one. You threw me off.
But I know I'm not living right.
That's okay. That's good. That's good you said that. Because guess what? I assumed you was a man, which is my fault because you're dressed as one. I understand we didn't let it, so I apologize for that. Give me 1 Timothy 2:9. Watch this.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So, women adorn themselves in modest apparel. What that going into? That's going into covering yourself as a sister. Modest apparel, not showing your body off like my sister behind you. When we was in slavery, our sister, modest apparel. Somebody get the definition of modest. Modest apparel. When we were in slavery, what did our sisters have on in the slave fields? Brothers, I got a question for y'all. What they have on? Did they have on pants like my sister behind? What they have on?
They have like robe like that.
Dresses. They had dresses on in the slave field picking cotton. Look at the signs.
If I'm not mistaken.
Right here.
like sheep.
Look at the signs. Nigga, so. In slavery, our sisters had dresses on. Who taught us to dress out of order? You got to understand the spirit our people roll in when we do against what God said. We roll in the spirit of the Antichrist. The white man who put himself on top and told us that Christ was a white man. The angels were white. God was white. So that was my fault for assuming this sister right here was a man. But look, I seen the beard on your face. I see the way you're dressing. That's my assumption. So you dealing in that lifestyle right now? Are you currently dealing in that lifestyle, or that's something you trying to get rid of, or what? You're trying to change. Okay, you in the right spot. Because if you remember when you stepped up, I addressed you as bro. You let me rock on with it. You should have told me.
Because that's how I look.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But guess what? Repentance is for all Israel. You're Israelite, right? What's your nationality? You black. You see the sign right here? It says Judah for the American blacks. The white man called us black. Black is the color in the crown box. Right. Black is the color of my brother's outfit right here he got on. You look brown to me, sis. You look brown to me. Black just has no power in it. Right. The tribe of Judah, that means God's praise. Right. That got power in it.
Right. That's right.
Read 1 Timothy again.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9.
What you say, big bro?
He just want to grow my beard out.
You know why? Because that separates boys from men.
That's right.
That separates niggas from gods.
Right. That's right.
That separates black Americans from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
Read.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So this is going into God's dress code. God's dress code. So actually the sister is in the spirit with the hat, the head cover, all praise to the Most High. All praise you want to get to repentance, sis. It's going to take time. It's going to be hard for you. But guess what? You get with brothers and sisters who know this book and apply the commandments in it, you can do it.
Right.
Remember, in the Bible, when Christ called all the disciples, they wasn't righteous. Right? He called the lowest of the men. He called the murderers, the taxpayers, the thieves. He called them all. But guess what they did? They applied the commandments when they came out. They didn't rebel against God. Read on.
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Who got the definition of modesty? Nobody pulled it up? Read.
With shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array.
So I'm saying don't adorn yourself in all these different things to make it your outward appearance is what's important to you. Guess what? The dress code is in place to set order in the nation of Israel, but it shouldn't be all you about. You understand that? You should have the inner man, the inner woman should be based on the Bible.
Right.
This is the definition of modesty. You got it?
Modesty, dressing or behaving so as to avoid impropriety or indecency, especially to avoid attraction, sexual attention.
Especially what?
To avoid attraction, sexual attention.
So guess what? When you see the sexy reds, when you see the Meg the Stallions, what attracts you men to them? Is it what's coming out their mouth? They what?
They body.
Say it again. What attracts them?
They body.
That attracts the men to them. Why can you see their body? Because they dressed out of order. Turn around. They dressed out of order.
Right.
They dressed out of order. And guess what? When the laws come out, they come with excuses.
Right.
You think Christ, when he come back and crack that sky, he's going to accept your excuses? Now's the time for repentance.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is